Hi guys, thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. For those of you who are here for the first time, my name is Catherine and I tell true stories. Today my story is about a woman who did the unthinkable. Can you imagine you're in a courtroom trying to sort out things? There is a judge, there are the lawyers, and then you take out your gun and shoot the culprit. You shoot the person that was reported. You take the law into your hand. This is called vigilant justice. This is what happened to a lady by the name Mariannebachmeier. I am not a German, so I'll call her Bashmir. For those of you who know how to pronounce it, you can pronounce it in the comment. So Mariannebachmeier was a lady who had relationships, had babies, and then she will be dumped. Then she will take her babies to the orphanage because she wouldn't afford to take care of the baby. Because the main aim of her relationships was just for support from the man. So she got married to 3 men. The first one dumped her. She took the kid after she got pregnant, took the kid to the orphanage after she gave birth. Got into a relationship with another one. He dumped her after she got a baby, and then she took the kid to the orphanage again. The third man, she didn't take the kid to the orphanage because he kind of stuck around for a while. But finally he dumped her, but she decided to keep the kid. And the kid was Anne Bashmeier. So she called the kid. She was still a party animal, even though she had a baby. Anna, the daughter, is said to have grown up like without a family because the mother was not taking care of her. Most of the time she was in the pub, and when she was growing up, she would take Anna to the pub with her. So Anna already grew up in this environment of others drinking beer, things like that, and she's just a kid. So one time, there was this guy called Klaus. Klaus was a neighbor. He was known as a pervert. Yeah, he was a pervert, a sex pervert. And he'd been in jail for many years. And finally, he was castrated or something of the sort because they say he was abnormal and he could not control himself sexually. So they just decided to castrate him anyway after he was dismissed from jail. So that was the neighbor of Marianne. You can imagine the environment she was living in and the environment that Anna, her daughter, was growing in. One time, Anna had a quarrel with Mariana, and so Anna refused to go to school on that day. But instead, she went to Klaus, the pervert neighbor, who had promised her that she can play with the cats anytime that she wants whenever she comes to his house. And that's exactly what she decided to do on that day. Instead of going to school, she decided to go and play with the cats at the pervert's house. And you can imagine what he did. He held her hostage, abused her sexually, and finally killed her. He strangled her with the leggings of his girlfriend. You can imagine he had a girlfriend. Somebody liked him. And so he strangled the little 7-year-old with the stockings of the girlfriend. The girlfriend realized what had happened. And she took the opportunity when he had gone to the pub to go and report him to the police because she had a conscience. He was arrested finally. And guess what he said after he was arrested? The guy claimed that the little Anna, 7-year-old, was trying to blackmail him. Or else she will say that he raped her. You can imagine a 7-year-old girl, even if she had grown up in a pub, trying to seduce a 35-year-old man. Blackmail. 7-year-old knows about blackmail. She must have been a genius. That's what he claimed in the court. 7-year-old trying to blackmail her, and that is why he decided to kill her. to protect himself. You can imagine. You can imagine. So Mariana could not stand any of this. She could not. The case went on for years. I think the case went on for 3 years because the guy had tried to remove all the evidence. The guy had put the little girl Anna into a box and left her by the riverbank, and somebody discovered her. So it was very hard to prove his case, and that's why the case went on for so many years. And Mariana could not stand it anymore. So one time during the trial, she just took out her pistol and gave him 6 bullets at the back. 6 bullets. How she managed to sneak the pistol into the courtroom is another mystery. And she was unmoved. She did not run. She did not panic. Even though she was arrested immediately, she did not panic. And people say that she was whispering some things after shooting him. She was whispering, "I wish I shot him in the face, pig." That is what the people who were close by were saying. "I wish I shot him in the face, pig." And she was taken away. Now she's the one who had to serve 6 years in jail. But fortunately, she was given 3 years and parole because it was turned to manslaughter because of the consequences that led her to commit such a heinous crime. She took the law into her hands. Vigilant justice. That is how Mariannebachmeier became famous. Well, she died at the age of 46 due to pancreatic cancer. But she was helping here and there in the cancer hospitals as well before she herself died of pancreatic cancer. So sometimes I imagine the patience that the Kenyan parents have, or the cases that we hear of somebody murdering your kids and you're there listening to them defending themselves. I don't know whether it's because the parents, I'm not encouraging violence in the courts, but I can imagine probably this is how the parents of the kids that have been murdered by some culprits feel like doing, but they just cannot do it. They have to contain themselves. And now I think you understand why we need to have bodyguards standing around in the courts. But in this case, they were caught off guard, and that's how she took her revenge. She seemed satisfied after that. She was happy and content. So if you like my content, like, share, and subscribe. She was buried next to her daughter Anna. Her daughter was murdered. She died of pancreatic cancer. Ciao.